Entertainment Tonight, the most watched entertainment news program in the world.
Intimate moments with Kate Hudson, an Entertainment Tonight Canada exclusive as she opens up about babies.
You hope you make the right decisions.
Only ET Canada is behind the velvet rope as Kate, Orlando, Brad Pitt, and Bono join forces, and only we can show you these portraits of Brad in Africa.
It's about giving back and trying to do as much as you can to bring awareness.
Are you excited?
It's a non-stop cavalcade of stars as ET Canada storms the Toronto Film Festival.
Just for ET Canada. I'm actually under lock and key. They'll hunt me down.
John Ashmore is skyrocketing to stardom. From the poignant Terry Fox to the thrilling X-Men, Sean opens up.
Can you give me any secrets from X-Men at all?
Robert Downey Jr. is happy again.
I'm much less bitter than I was.
He's married. He's 40.
I got just a little bit of wisdom. I'm also a little bit stupid.
As Hollywood's rebel child finally found contentment.
Hollywood was the biggest dream of my life.
And Kojo made that dream come true.
I didn't want to tell anybody. I was embarrassed.
But now ET's fashion guru is facing his biggest challenge yet.
I was stunned. I literally couldn't breathe.
It's the pain of it.
Mike Myers, Stanley Cup dreams.
They haven't won since 1967.
And his fun memories of hockey with the great ones.
Hockey Night in Canada is so popular. When it goes to commercial, the water pressure in the city of Toronto drops from people going to the bathroom.
Welcome to the premiere edition of Entertainment Tonight Canada. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cheryl Hickey. A star-studded show ahead, including a Kate Hudson baby exclusive. But first to Hollywood. As we kick off your full hour of complete entertainment coverage, here's Mary Hart with what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Mary?
Hi, Cheryl. Let me be the first to welcome you to the Entertainment Tonight family. We are so excited to be kicking off our 25th season tonight, the very same night you're launching there in Canada. Well, stick around because coming up in 30 minutes, our Tom Cruise exclusive from the set of Mission Impossible 3 from a location so secret, we can't tell you where it is.
Thanks, Mary, and we're excited to be working with your team in Hollywood. Now, Kate Hudson's personal crusade to help children in Africa took center stage in Toronto last night, and only ET Canada's cameras were allowed inside to the one-by-one event. When Kate Hudson wanted to create a special event to raise money for Africa and Canadian charities, her friends couldn't wait to lend their support.
I joined the Kate Hudson fan club a few years ago. We have a very simple relationship. I do everything she tells me.
Kate was fantastic, and it's such a good cause.
And Kate invited only ET Canada to join her inside the gala.
It's going to be a great night.
Her goal? To raise $1 million in just one night. But how?
Just so overwhelmed by the generosity of the people who've contributed and have really made this event something really special.
And one of those special people was U2's Bono, in which the event will benefit his Africa Relief Organization data. The rock god made a special appearance just for Kate. But the gala will also help those victims in New Orleans. Bono told us earlier that it's an issue close to his heart.
All the volunteers have been volunteering for the relief effort in Hurricane Katrina, which is very inspiring.
And just as inspiring was the evening's guest list, a who's who of Hollywood top guns. The stars were also serenaded by Chantal Kreviatsik and the African Children's Choir. Outside the event, our own Roz Weston caught up with Chantal and other high-powered celebs.
It's not bad when when they actually turn out all right, right?
Yeah, it works.
You knew Kate when not a lot of people knew who Kate was.
Yeah, she lights up a room when she walks in.
So was Kate's pa and date for the night, Kurt Russell, happy with the turnout?
When you walk away from this evening, what are you going to take with you?
A really great memory. I'm really, obviously very proud of Kate.
And Kate asked me to thank everyone for helping to raise over $1 million. And later, my intimate conversation with Kate and plans for her next baby. Plus, ET Canada's exclusive photos of Brad Pitt in Africa. And Madonna fully recovered and hitting the red carpet last night with our own Rick Campanella.
Thanks a lot, Cheryl. This is chaos out here. Madonna out there, and now as the world of film and music continue to merge, the biggest artists are coming out in support. Madonna and Guy Ritchie looking sleek in black surprised fans by arriving together at Guy's premiere of the gangster film Revolver. And the two of them let me in on a little secret about her upcoming documentary. When are you going to be making music, and when is she going to be directing films? Yes?
Well, very soon. You've more or less directed a film.
Well, he's singing and playing guitar in my documentary.
What's it about?
We've done it in one fell swoop. Hickey, no!
The last time we saw Madonna, she was sporting a sling while filming a Motorola commercial, the results of being thrown off a horse on her birthday. Are you recovering nicely? Are you okay after the fall?
I'm all right.
Did you get back on a horse?
Definitely. It wasn't my horse that threw me.
Madonna proving she still has that fighting spirit, and you'll hear that on her new CD out in November.
Heath, Jake, Vigo, and Eva, just some of the big names igniting the Toronto Film Festival. From inside the Visa screening room, we roll out the red carpet and welcome our Kim Dion.
Thanks, Cheryl. Earlier, I spoke to Jake Gyllenhaal about his controversial gay scene in Brokeback Mountain.
I think that, well, in the States, I think, I guess I know the country's pretty divided, and I know that there'll be probably half as many people who support the film as who don't. And I just hope that people don't judge the film before they go and see it.
And ET Canada also had an opportunity to speak with Canadian director David Cronenberg about his movie, The History of Violence.
It was a love fest, and it was just a fantastic working experience. You can't always guarantee that. You never know the personalities involved and how they're going to mesh, but it just was a fantastic marriage of many people together.
I just liked him. I really like working with him, Ed, as well. And this, I was told, means cinema holiday. I'm just happy hockey's back, aren't you?
Hollywood must seem pretty empty this week. Rosie?
Thanks. Well, I'm here on the red carpet waiting for Eva Longoria. But before, I caught up with the stars of Elizabethtown, good friends Orlando Bloom and Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, adorable. The best. She's been doing it forever. She taught me everything I know. She's instinctual. She's...
Keep it going, keep it going.
I also spoke with the vivacious Canadian actress Jennifer Tilly at the HP Portrait Studio at the Wire Image Lounge. Congratulations on the poker champ.
The poker, the world's gone poker crazy. Well, you know, my boyfriend's a professional poker player, Phil Locke, they call him the Unabomber, and he kind of taught me everything he knows and then some.
Show me your best poker face. How do you do that?
Well, my poker face is basically, I try not to move any muscles at all, so it's just this.
Talk about some quick beauty tips.
I just go to the Chanel suite and they do this special layering technique. So if you sweat off one layer, there's another layer underneath.
And here is the stunning Eva Longoria. See a ring there or anything?
No, it's going great. I just got back from Paris and I got to spend a couple weeks with him and it's great. Everything's fine.
And with Toronto bursting with red carpet events, we were happy to find Eugene Levy in town to support his good friend, Steve Martin.
I never saw so many bright lights.
Steve Martin and Claire Danes of Shopgirl were joined by Canadian legend Eugene Levy.
Are you here to support Steve?
Is there something going on tonight? Yes, I'm here to support Steve. He's my, he's an idol. I know him very well. He's a very good friend, and we've worked together.
The talented Martin also wrote the screenplay for Shopgirl, based on his novel that explores the relationships between an older man and a much younger woman.
You look like an angel. This is, his night, his creation, and I'm dying to see it.
Few stars in Hollywood can compete with the roller coaster life of Robert Downey Jr. But the brilliant actor is now happier than ever with a new movie and a new wife. Our Rosie Aday caught up with him at the film festival.
A picture of Susan and Mr. Downey having ice cream today.
No.
Yes, the paparazzi said if you guys will spoon feed each other a bite of ice cream, we'll leave. And they kept their promise.
We just can't get enough of Robert Downey Jr. and his new bride, 31-year-old Hollywood producer Susan Levin. The lovebirds went in a secret Hamptons wedding just 2 weeks ago. And in this ET Canada exclusive, we asked, has married life changed you?
Yes, I'm much less bitter than I was.
Life is good for Robert Downey Jr. The award-winning actor is lighting up the Toronto International Film Festival this week with his movie Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. But the road to happiness has been a long time coming. Do you feel like, oh, I'm back?
I feel like I'm 40 and I got just a little bit of wisdom. I'm also a little bit stupid still.
He rose to fame starring in movies like Less Than Zero and Chaplin. But Downey Jr. struggled to overcome drug addiction for years. He was in and out of drug treatment and prison and was forced to leave the cast of Ally McBeal. Today, he's clean and sober and credits his new bride for that.
Commitment is good. It's not that whole Gen X thing of, dude, I don't want any ties. I don't want to, I gotta do, like, do my own thing, bro, you know, which is definitely valuable in and of itself. But life is hard, and I don't suggest people try it alone. Plus, she's great and beautiful and all that stuff.
Downey's new positive attitude was not lost on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang co-star Val Kilmer.
I think there's a difference between being cured of something and the healing, and for him it's a real healing. He's just so alive. He deserves this comeback, and I think he'll have a spectacular career.
And Hollywood is certainly welcoming him back. The actor has 6 films currently in production.
I kind of turned into a grandma. It's really funny. I'm like Grandma Downey now.
You look good.
Thanks.
You really do.
Now we test your EQ. Which Canadian star is named as dogs after NHL hockey players? Kiefer Sutherland, Mike Myers, or Keanu Reeves? The answer after the break. Plus, coming up, he's hot, he's successful, but
How are you not on the cover of like tabloids and all this stuff?
Shawn Ashmore opens up about love, fame, and his country.
You know, I don't think as Canadians we really embrace our heroes.
Hi, I'm Mike Myers. He's back for Shrek 3.
Remember?
Mike Myers reunites with Cameron Diaz and JT. Donkey! But there's only one thing on his mind.
It was very, very exciting.
To be sickly is to be weak.
Kojo's ongoing battle,
I've been reading those letters. I've been choking up and crying and crying and crying.
and the love that's flooding in.
And coming up on Entertainment Tonight, Tom Cruise makes plans for his wedding. Wait until you hear what he has to say about all those bridal magazines. You don't want to miss it.
Bold design. Awesome power. This is the Nissan Now You See Them, Now You Don't clearance event. Get our best offers of the year. 0 down, 0 security deposit, and 0.8% lease or purchase financing on the freshest lineup of any manufacturer. Only during the Nissan Now You See Them, Now You Don't clearance event. Hurry before they're all gone.
What are you doing, Paul? Helping people get in the store faster. What? Helping people get... Nice, it worked.
Hurry into Future Shop for huge back-to-school savings, like this compact Pentium 4 computer with 17-inch LCD monitor.
Defenders of the fashionably challenged.
Put some shoes on, you look like a hillbilly.
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Global's got it Wednesday at 8. Plus,
Room to Grow. Past Lives. Antique Hunter. Diva on a Dime. Open Homes. 5 nights, 5 great shows on Prime, Canada's entertainment network.
I need that IV.
tonight on an all-new Regenesis.
You could be dying?
You want me to tell you I'm going to be all right? You want me to lie to you? I don't know.
Don't miss an all-new Regenesis tonight at 8 on Global.
Before the break, we tested your EQ. Which Canadian star has named his dogs after NHL hockey players? The answer? Mike Myers has named his dogs after Toronto Maple Leafs. Welcome back to ET Canada. Mike has entertained millions with Austin Powers and Wayne's World, but the humble star has never forgotten his Canadian roots.
Ontario's own Mike Myers was making them laugh south of the border for the 25th anniversary of Improv Olympic, the Chicago club where he began his comedic assault on America.
My first performance here was thrilling because to just kind of feel out an American crowd, it was very, very exciting.
The Scarborough native who began his career in Second City was honored with a key to Toronto because he talked so frequently of the city's impact upon his life.
In Toronto, there used to be this thing called the Bookmobile. They used to go to our neighborhood, and we used to go, and there'd be like a children's section and stuff, and you'd sit on these fuzzy cubes, and my mom used to read me fairy tales and stuff.
Woo! 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 And it's also where he began his love affair with ice hockey. He's even played pickup games with Wayne Gretzky.
I'm going to play for the Leafs, and it's just part of my getting back into the season thing.
And he has one great wish for his beloved team.
for the Toronto Maple Leafs to win the Stanley Cup. It's the pain of it. They haven't won since 1967.
And when he got the chance to help call a Los Angeles Kings game, he found a way to talk about Toronto.
In Toronto, Hockey Night in Canada is so popular that when it goes to commercial, the water pressure in the city of Toronto drops from people going to the bathroom. It's true.
But Mike also has an allegiance to Chicago, which is why he flew all the way to Liverpool to pay his respects to the club that helped him find his way.
I had a great time. It's fun. I love doing improv.
Mike Myers will soon join Eddie Murphy and Cameron Diaz in the production of Shrek 3, and the new animated film will also add Justin Timberlake to the cast as the legendary King Arthur. Now, last night, Shawn Ashmore moved you with a heroic performance as Terry Fox in a made-for-TV movie.
But the real hype surrounding this unbelievable rising Canadian star is the highly anticipated X-Men 3, and of course, I couldn't resist prying for a few secrets.
Can you give me any secrets from X-Men at all?
I can't give you secrets, but I can say that I'm actually under lock and key. Like they'll hunt me down. I'm not even kidding you.
With multiple projects on the go, Shawn is one of the busiest 26-year-olds in showbiz. But surprisingly, he's also one of the most low-key.
How are you not on the cover of like tabloids and all this stuff?
I don't want to read what other people are doing, and I'm not interested in people reading what I'm doing, so I just kind of keep to myself and do my thing and try not to get into trouble. Or if I do, just make sure there's no one around. So, you know.
And from superhero to real-life hero, one of Shawn's biggest and emotional challenges of the year came when he was asked to portray Terry Fox in the made-for-TV movie, Terry.
You know, I don't think as Canadians we really embrace our heroes. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people out there, but Terry was the one, for whatever reason, the right time, the right guy to make this all come together, the right cause. And yeah, you don't want to screw this one up.
And aside from capturing Terry's spirit and his legendary smile, Shawn also managed to pull off those world-famous curls.
It's a very distinct look.
It's a very distinct
I had
look.
2-inch extensions and a perm.
Yeah?
And those were real, so I had that for like the 2 months that I was doing it. So it's not the most flattering look, but it was very necessary.
Between red carpets, mutants, and legends, it's not all work for Shawn. He does plan to spend some time this week with his girlfriend, actress Michelle Trachtenberg.
She's here hanging with me for the festival, so.
You guys having fun?
Yeah, she got in a couple nights ago, and we sort of haven't had a chance to do too much, but the movie starts tonight, so it's gonna be fun.
Now we test your EQ. Kate Hudson's character in Almost Famous was named after which Beatles song? Eleanor Rigby, Penny Lane, or Lovely Rita? The answer after the break. Plus, next, Kate Hudson on Goldie.
She's always been so involved.
And only we can show you these portraits of Brad in Africa. Kojo faces his illness.
It really eats away at me. I don't know if I'll ever be at peace with it.
But can he face the sacrifice made by a friend?
I so avoided it and avoided it and avoided it.
And stay right there, because coming up later on Entertainment Tonight, my exclusive home tour with Shirley MacLaine, her beautiful New Mexico retreat, and what she has to say about Brad and Jennifer's breakup.
Closed captioning of this program is brought to you in part by Maple Leaf Prime Chicken. Not just grain-fed, but vegetable grain-fed, with no animal byproducts.
When you're standing on the edge of nowhere, there's only one way up, so your heart's gotta go there. This is a song for the lonely. Can you hear me tonight? Can you hear this prayer? Someone's there.
Be our guest. No cost, no obligation. Call Weight Watchers and watch yourself change.
Wakey, wakey, lads and lasses! You represent the dawn of a new era for extra gum! You are going to give 120%, you feisty wee gaffers! Remember, ladies, you are extra, and you will last longer than ever before!
Extra, the gum that doesn't give up.
What are we gonna do? Last longer! How are we gonna do it? Never give up!
What are you doing, Paul? Helping people get in the store faster. What? Helping people get...
Nice work. Hurry into Future Shop for huge back-to-school savings, like this compact Pentium 4 computer with 17-inch LCD monitor.
On September 17th and 18th, Dartmouth Waterfront will come alive with boardwalk artists at Alderney Landing. It's an outdoor art exhibit designed to showcase the talents of local artists. This two-day event will feature 60 local painters, photographers, jewelers, and potters. Art lovers of all tastes are free to interact with the artists, and the artists are encouraged to show how their creative visions come to life. So come on down to Boardwalk Artists at Alderney Landing on the Dartmouth Waterfront and support this great community event.
Imagine every child in Nova Scotia having a chance to play.
Imagine every child having a team to call his own.
Imagine every child experiencing the value of sport.
Unfortunately for many kids, their imagination is all they have.
You can ensure underprivileged children in Nova Scotia have a chance to participate in sport.
Kids Sport is here to help underprivileged children access organized sport. Contact Sport Nova Scotia to find out more.
So all kids can play.
Before the break, we tested your EQ. Kate Hudson's character in Almost Famous was named after which Beatles song? The answer? Penny Lane. Stephen Kojukaro is back at work, but continues his battle with a genetic kidney disease. I sat down with a Montreal native for a little heart-to-heart in New York. With his humor intact, Kojo reveals his darkest days and his biggest challenges.
How are you? Nice to see you. You're like a very dewy Heather Locklear.
Oh,
My God, I'm sitting with Heather Locklear.
Classic Stephen Kojukaro.
You're smoldering. Swarovski. It's nice to see a serious actress in the house. I mean, there's 10 people in the front row without highlights, and I can't look at them. I'm getting a rash.
The party fashion guru flashes his trademark wit as he sits down with me for an intimate chat in New York City.
Okay, I only talk to people who are blonde.
But when our conversation shifts to Kojo's year-long battle with genetic kidney disease, his mood swings from sassy to serious.
My whole world just crashed. I was stunned. I literally couldn't breathe.
He was told he had a year to live without a kidney transplant. At first, he suffered in silence.
At the beginning, I didn't want to tell anybody. I was embarrassed. To be sickly is to be weak. I stayed home weekends and wept and wept.
When word came out Kojo was fighting for his life, a friend stepped in and donated a kidney.
There are so many letters from people who offer to donate.
Kojo thought his prayers were answered. Then a few months ago, his body rejected the kidney.
The hardest phone call of my life. I so avoided it and avoided it and avoided it. She's gonna live with one kidney the rest of her life. It really eats away at me. I don't know if I'll ever be at peace with it.
While Kojo waits for another kidney, offers to donate are pouring in.
I've been reading those letters. I've been choking up and crying and crying and crying.
Kojo has a history of putting up a good fight. The Montreal native rose from covering fashion for Canada's Flair magazine to finding fame south of the border.
I was too crazy. I was too wild for Canada. They just didn't know what to make of me.
So Canada's self-proclaimed wild child took off for the bright lights of Hollywood.
Hollywood was the biggest dream of my life. I just knew somehow I was going to get there. I didn't sing, I can't act, I have no talent whatsoever, I have great hair. And I thought maybe my teeth and hair will get me somewhere.
He was right. After years of struggling, Kojo joined the ET team as the fashion expert with the fabulous flair. He never looked back.
When you're on the red carpet for an award show, for the Emmys, the Oscars, it's electric. There's such an energy in the air. It's exciting. I think my best red carpet moment was Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was nice to me before anybody else. When I was a sub loser, I was behind a bush, and Tom had his beard for Castaway, and I went, Tom, you look very masculine and hot. And he lifted me up and said, you're my date, and dragged me down the red carpet.
Now he's facing his biggest challenge yet.
You get through the different stages. I'm at a very peaceful stage right now of acceptance. I am fighting like a dog, like an animal. But in terms of acceptance, like there's certain realities. And I have to take care of myself, and I'm facing another transplant, and I'm so at peace with that. And the cup is so half full.
And Kojo wants to thank all of his Canadian friends and fans for all of your cards and emails as he seeks further treatment. They give him strength, and he's grateful for all of your love and support. Now, whether glowing on the red carpet or hanging around the house with her little one, Kate Hudson manages to make everything she does look easy. I sat down with Kate and discovered her compassion for humanity and her generous spirit.
First thing first, is Kate Hudson ready to have another baby?
Not right now. I have to work, and I'm doing a lot of stuff. So, but absolutely, absolutely.
Kate is in town to do just that, work, raising funds for Bono's nonprofit organization, Data.
It's about giving back and trying to do as much as you can to bring awareness.
Kate is all grown up and calling her own shots. As a wife to rocker Chris Robinson, a mother to Little Ryder, and one of Hollywood's hottest stars.
How do you manage it, though? Love and kindness and respect to everybody, including your son. And you hope you make the right decisions.
But there's no question her eternally youthful mother, Goldie Hawn, has been a powerful influence in her daughter's life.
She's always been so involved in all of the charities that she's involved in, and it's something we grew up with. You know, we've got a lot of things in our life that we take for granted.
Kate is particularly moved by the plight of Africa's starving children. And she isn't the only celebrity lending her star power. These ET Canada exclusive photos show Brad Pitt doing his part to help Data eliminate poverty in Africa. Photos auctioned off at last night's one-by-one event. Kate hopes to pass on the same life lessons she's learned from her mother to her son.
I just hope that my son, when he grows up, he looks at his parents as sort of hardworking people who their work was important to them.
And though the family has a cottage in Northern Ontario, it looks like it will be all work and no play while Kate is in town.
And do you plan on getting up to the cottage at all this summer? At all to your cottage? No, not this summer, unfortunately. I'm really jealous. I talked to a friend who said it was a beautiful sunset, but I'm really happy to be here right now.
Now we test your EQ. Which Canadian singer opened for Destiny's Child in their final concert in Vancouver? Keisha Shante, Julie Black, or Sean Desmond? The answer after the break.
Sponsorship of this program is brought to you in part by First Choice Haircutters, where hair meets care.
There are normal cravings, and then there are cravings so powerful they dangle you from a tall building. Welcome to the craving for Wendy's Bacon Mushroom Melt. Ignore it, and it'll run over you, back up, and run over you.
Big, beautiful giveaway.
Hello, my name is Hickey Carter, and I'm from Pictou, Nova Scotia. In my project, I examined the implications of wearing ankle weights. It shows that you can build muscle or endurance.
Hi, my name is Ria Vanderlinden, and I'm from Geyser, Nova Scotia, and my project is called Project Feeder Watch, and the purpose of my project was to find out which different foods birds prefer.
Hi, I'm Adam Parrish. And I'm Josh Alders. And we're from the Annapolis Valley, Nova Scotia. We did our project on vapor carburation and using a renewable fuel source. This will extend the life of our ozone layer and decrease overall emissions.
Before the break, we tested your EQ. Which Canadian singer opened for Destiny's Child in their final concert in Vancouver? The answer? Keisha Shante. Thanks for watching Entertainment Tonight Canada, everybody. Stay tuned for E.T. and Kojo's dramatic chat with Gwyneth Paltrow about her airline nightmare. Now here's Mary Hart with all the latest from Hollywood.
Hey, great first show, Cheryl. Now our Tom Cruise exclusive on the top secret set of MI3, Entertainment Tonight, is next.